Alright, blessing to y'all. What's good? We already know who it is. Bang, bang, bang. That boy Bang the truth. That boy Bang be lit. Uncle Bang. Big blessing Bano. I'm at the airport right now. Waiting on this flight. Just had to come back and chop it up with y'all some more. You know what I'm saying? Like my G-Shop. But yeah, man. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about if we're investing in the right things. What are you investing in? I'm investing in Robinhood. I'm investing in Amazon. I'm invested in Netflix. I'm invested in Nvidia. I'm invested in Supermicro, SMCI. I'm invested in Centene. Yeah, man, let me know what y'all invested in, man. Put it in the chat. Put it in the comment section. I ain't got too much for y'all today, but you know, I've been traveling. I was at InvestFest, man. I've just like come to the conclusion where you know, I keep coming to InvestFest because, you know, I like the fellowship and it's just good to check in Atlanta. You know, but I want to just come and bless somebody else with the experience. You know, put somebody onto. I think that's the next step for me with InvestFest, or just have a different experience, maybe. You know, traveling with a lady to InvestFest. You know what I mean? So, I think that'd be a great experience because the hotel is super nice. So, that in the conference is in, well, it's super nice. You know, it just gives black excellence, godly vibes. You know, intelligent vibes. Everybody, you know, having intelligent conversations, and you know, it's time well spent, and I'd rather share that with somebody next year. Lord, thank you. But yeah, another thing that's been just heavy in my mind is like, man, you know, even though I'm like heavily dating right now, it's like, man, I have to just make sure that I'm sticking to the plan of my dating. You know, I'm sticking to the goal of my dating. Like the goal is to be married, you know, and have kids. So if that's the goal, you gotta stick to that plan. You gotta stick to the goal, stick to the plan to get to the goal. So, you know, you don't want to keep deviating from that, like having these side pleasures, or like, you know, you dealing with people that you just don't see any kind of future with at all. It's like, you know, that's when you deviate from the plan. But you know, you can always just snap back into discipline, and just get back on the right track, you know, because you're not always deviating from it, and you're being responsible still, you know. It's just, but yeah, man, it's just something that, you know, gotta continue to work on, gotta continue to do what I'm doing. You know, I'm definitely gonna get there, and you know, shout out to my nieces. Shout out to my niece Dylan Noel. Shout out to my niece Charlie Rose. Shout out to Zach. Shout out to Elijah. Shout out to my other niece, Madeline Jade. Hi, Maddie. But yeah, man, Uncle Bang. Shout out to Uncle Bang. Shout out to their parents. And yeah, man, I'm out here in this Atlanta at the airport. about to get on this flight, this Flizzite. Um, yeah, man, I'm thinking about going heavy on Robinhood. I'm thinking about dumping like 20,000 in Robinhood. I'm thinking about getting my position up a little bit more in Amazon. Like, so maybe if it hits a certain trail mark, really right now, but if it hits a certain trail mark or we get another pullback, the next time we get a pullback, I'll really get into Amazon. And then Nvidia, next time we get a pullback, get in Nvidia. But yeah, all this is heavy. Like, I want at least 10,000 in what was I just talking about? I want 10,000 at least in Amazon. I want 20,000 in Robinhood. You know, those are two stocks alone that I can just be cool with. I don't need to be everywhere with all these stocks. You know, Nvidia is great to have as well. You know, if you have enough to put in it where you can get at least 10,000 worth, yes. You know, I mean, even if you can get $1,000 worth of it, still great. You know, I feel like Netflix is, you know, something that is great to park your money in right now. Yeah, it's great to park your money in Netflix right now because it's already at 1,000. So it's just great to park it in. It's like it's not gonna just go up and hold another 1,000, you know, in a year. You know, it could, but I don't think it's going to. But it will go up 20%, 30%. You know, so that's great too. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Let me give the fellas some game before I get out of here. But you want to make sure you reading and you having great conversations. Always work on your conversations. Always work on, you know, working your mind out too. So I think I read 2 books this year so far, maybe 3, I believe. But I'm about to start another book when I get back to the crib. I know I am. When I get back home, when I get out this flight, I get settled in. Yeah, no longer than tomorrow night, but I'm gonna just probably go ahead and just at least read 2-3 pages or something, you know, just to get started. But you gotta make sure you're always reading and you having conversations. Yeah, man, always just get better at it. It's just like shooting hoops, man. If you having a problem with women, conversation gonna get you way better. That's your jewelry. Your conversation is your jewelry. You know, your conversation is your money. You know, your energy. You know, the thoughts, the intelligence. That's your money. That's your, you know. Like I haven't been wearing no jewelry for I want to say a whole year. No jewelry. I might have had on like a ring or something like that, but I haven't been having no jewelry, no watches, no nothing, no chains, no nothing because my jewelry ended up getting messed up. Like end up chains just end up popping. You know, some chains will pop. The roller just stopped working, so I need to get serviced. So I didn't have it for a minute, and that made me dress even better, talk better. You know, just think of things much better. Just trying to execute things much better. My whole campaign, my whole presentation, because you know, I wasn't even nowhere near relying on jewelry because it wasn't there. You know, so those things are your jewelry, your mannerisms, your thoughts that's in your head, how you convey those thoughts, you know, your hustle, your routine, you know, your conversation. That is your jewelry. And then some game to the ladies, I would say, you know, the same thing, like doing small stuff like reading and just being, you know, a positive energy, you know, helpful. You don't even have to be like, you know, sweating, giving like your last. You don't have to be giving, you know, any clothes off your back or anything like that, but just like being helpful and, you know, adding to the conversation, especially if it's a man who's always just thoughtful and he's thinking of things, the conversation is just always going. Yes. Like if you're just helping and just being pleasant, you know, some girls are more, they have more spunk in them and they're more spontaneous, they're more enthusiastic, they're more energetic, you know, but for the ones that's just you know, they kind of just in the middle, just kind of mellowed out, very pretty, educated as well. Um, yeah, if you just still just not doing the most, you're just very like just pleasant to be around, and you're adding to the conversation. Yeah, that's a great way, and a great way to do that is to read and just continue to, you know, be open to having conversations with guys, especially if you're single or the guy that you're messing with is playing with you. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, I'm in Atlanta. You know, we got to keep moving around, and I'm definitely gonna keep trying my best to do these videos, because every time, you know, this has been cool. Like, I'm in this cool spot. I know this is gonna be one of my ideas, to just be doing videos every time I'm at the airport. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at the planes flying out, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's dope. And I definitely gotta end this video soon, because I can't keep holding the phone. Maybe I can get a tripod I can be traveling with. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, what y'all listening to, man? I'm listening to that new Offset, that Love You Down. That joint go crazy. Man, I'm really upset with Kid Cudi. You know, I'm not feeling Kid Cudi. But you know, his that last joint, I did a little skim through it, and it was alright. You know, bringing back that punk rock hit type of music. You know, that Limp Bizkit, Blink 42, Blink 182. I think. You know, bringing back that sound. You know. What else was I listening to recently? Oh man, that Metro Boomin, Futuristic Summer. Yeah, that Young LA. Yeah, man. 2 Chainz, Walker, Quavo back, and everybody's doing their thing. J Money, Young LA. Yup. I ain't never seen you. Where you from, baby? Where you from? Yeah, that's that shit for sure. But anyway, man, blessings to everybody. Blessings to y'all, man. I'm gonna keep this going for a little bit longer if I, you know, think of something to talk about. You know, but it's cool to just even watch what's going on at the airport in Atlanta, bro. So, yeah, man. Y'all fellas, man, stay on y'all grind, stay on y'all, stay to yourselves. You ain't gotta be friends with everybody. You know, the right friends will find you. You'll find the right friends. You ain't gotta be trying to sell no drugs to be that guy. You don't gotta do that. You don't gotta do that. Ladies, you ain't gotta feel like you gotta talk to somebody corny just because they got money to get to a higher position in life. You ain't gotta do that. You don't gotta do that. There's a lot of dope men out here. There's a lot of dope women out here. Everybody need to find them one and do the right thing. For real. Even if you're a player, even if you know, a promiscuous woman, do what you gotta do so you can get to the right place that you need to get to, because, you know, it gets sticky out here now. I can't wait till I go live. I can go live. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be making sure these videos is so, like, you know, the women and guys can relate, like both, like not just the fellas, because I know I'm gonna be giving up game a lot to the fellas, and I just wanted to be informational to everybody, especially, you know, if you my age or younger. So maybe if you you know, you just turning 21, I'm 34. If you just turning 21, you know, you can relate. If you just turning 54, you can relate, you know, because I always be around older folks. I always have been, and then I've been through a lot in this life, you know. You know, I always say I lived for 100 years, you know. So I just been blessed to continue to be here, because in my 34 years of living, I feel like I've done with people that are 100 years old, thousands of years, you know, they've done in my 34 years of living. You know, I still got a lot to do, got more living to do. You know what I'm talking about? You understand me? Yeah, for sure. Think about my next spot, man. I don't know where I should go, man, but you know, wherever I do go, man, it gotta be a great time, man. It gotta be smart, gotta make sense. It's another thing with the travel and stuff too, man. Like, I love to travel, but I like to travel, um, you know, once a month. You know, not overdoing it how it's being displayed on social media. Like, people just be overdoing travel. And I know I've been traveling for a minute. Man, it's not what it's all cracked up to be. It's like, you got to be in shape to do this, you know, for it to be seamless. You know, you have to have a routine. Like, you know, you can't really be tired and exhausted. Like, you know, you can't be messing with people. You know, it's public. You got to be civilized. You know, you got to be used to being civilized. So that means when you are in the comforts of your home and living your life, you got to be doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Because when you get out in this public, it's like if you're doing any kind of thing contrary to just being, you know, civilized, it's like you might get banned from places now. You know, cameras everywhere. I wouldn't go to jail, you know, on a mishap, on something. You just got frustrated. You don't know how to keep your emotions and feelings in check, you know. You won't always want to give somebody a piece of your mind. It's like, yeah, that don't always work out here all the time. Like, that's not always even needed. So, you know, you always just got to be practicing that. And I feel like, I feel like the time I spend at home, when I'm not traveling, I'm practicing. And the time that I do travel, I'm practicing, you know, even more conversations, even just like, you know, going out places, trying new things, and, you know, just being available. So, you know, calling Ubers, being on time, you know what I mean? Like, just still moving around, but just not in the comforts, you know? So, yeah, man. Keep learning yourselves, keep working on yourselves, keep loving yourselves and showing love to yourselves by, you know, reading, going to the gym, showing up for your family, loving your family, you know what I mean? Just continue to be blessed. So yeah, man, I'm out, man. It's about 17 minutes on here. Hopefully, man, I can start just even doing longer videos, but I would probably have to do longer videos at the house because, you know, my hand getting a little tired anyway. So I know people probably looking at me like, yeah, dude, just talking to himself. He's over there talking to himself. But hey, I can talk to myself. I'm really talking to y'all. You know, I'm conveying a message that's from my experience and talking to y'all. But you know what I mean? Yeah, if I was talking to myself, it'd be like, man, boy, you handsome, man. You gotta get to that next level, man. You gotta find you a great wife, you know, beautiful wife, funny wife, you know, and a God-fearing woman, a woman that, you know, she's just very intelligent and she's very talented as well, you know. So, you know, definitely, man. You know, you that nigga, and you gotta keep being that nigga. You gotta keep being on your manhood. Gotta keep eating healthy, keep working out, keep staying prayed up. You know, keep loving on your family, keep being the best you. You know, everything gonna work out. You know, God has His hands on your life, and He's blessed you. You know, so for sure. Gotta stop all that playing around all the time. You know what I mean? Watch what you keep your mind on, you know. The gentleman gotta watch what he keep his mind on. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, he's about to do a crash. See that? Y'all saw that? It's crazy. Now he about to chop it up. Wow, man. Alright, y'all, man. It's love, man. This joint going on 20 minutes. Blessings to everybody, man. Blessings to everybody, man. Rest in peace, all my guys. Blessings to my family. Rest in peace, Sinful to P. You know what I mean? All the intelligent men that we done lost. Rest in peace. Y'all enjoy y'all time, man. Hey, man. Man need a woman. Woman need a man. Read them books, baby. Work out. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing. Stop playing around. Get on a flight.